No.
Now, hey, we're live now. Check, check, check. You talk.
What's up?
You talk.
Hello?
See how that bounces?
Yeah.
Check, check. Check.
Now. Go now.
Check. Check, check.
Yeah.
Okay, they gotta be close. You gotta almost eat it. Don't even start until. Hey, look. Turn it up anymore?
Yeah.
You can?
Yeah.
Right? Should I go now? Or wait? No, I'm not doing it now.
You're very quiet.
Hey, now?
This was supposed to be Andrew's job.
No! So Central does not like me. I don't think they understand how old I am.
39 and a half.
So how do I get that off there?
Number 7, Liberty Coleman.
There we go.
Now you got to keep up.
Yep.
Central, us.
a little technical difficulties. I think we got it figured out now. Abby Moore with a bump, set by Brittany Kreitler and spiked by Drew Ketting. Central returns it, and it's going to be out of bounds for the second point of the Dragons. Drew Ketting back to serve, hits it over. Spiked by number 11, that is Kaylee Kimball, and it's going to fall by the net. Central's point again, they now lead 7-2. AJ Prudent comes in the game for Drew Ketting, and Ari Taylor spikes that over the net. It is returned by number 7 of Central and spiked by number 4. It is going to fall off the spike or off the blocker's hands for another point for the Rebels. Number 1, Jessica Husley with a serve. Returned over the net by Abby Moore. And that spike's going to go off Brittany Kreitler. And it looks like St. John's going to use the first timeout in the first set, down 9-2. Glassy, what's your thoughts about this first set? Well, you heard it first from Glassy. We knew this was going to be a good game, and Central comes out on top so far. But for those of you who know this St. Genevieve Dragons team, they are not going to give up no matter what the score is. They've come back in a lot of games this year so far. Hulsley with the serve. Bumped by Macy Reynolds, set by Kreitler, and a big spike by Abby Moore, and that'll give the Dragons their third point of this opening set. Maya Watts comes in for Macy Reynolds. Abby Moore with a serve. Abby Moore with another bump, set by Kreitler, and a spike by Ari Taylor is going to go to the outside. And number 4, Elizabeth Marler for the Central Rebels, hit it right in the middle of our defense. Macy Reynolds with an outstanding save. And the Central Rebels get that on our side of the net, and it falls for another point. Rebels lead 11-3. Marler with the serve, dug up by Reynolds, hit over the net by Tessa Grass, and that's going to fall for the Dragons' fourth point of the set. AJ Prudence going to sub out. Elizabeth Bosler back with a serve. Spiked over, but our blockers kept it on their side. Spiked again by number 7 of the Rebels. And Ari Taylor's just going to have to hit that one over. Number 7, Liberty Coleman spikes that one off of one of our hitters, and it goes out of bounds. Macy Reynolds, bump to Kreitler. Kreitler over to Grass. And a very good save by the Central Rebels, but it's going to fall short of the net, and the Dragons have 5. Drew Ketting will sub in for Maya Watts as R.A. Taylor goes back to serve. Her jump serve goes over the net. And that's going to land out of bounds off of a Central spike. And the St. Genevieve Dragons now have 6. Ari Taylor going back for another serve. Her jump serve goes over the net. A spike by number 7, Coleman, off of our blocker's hands and falls down for a point. Liz Bosler in the back. A pass over to Kreitler, and she had to dig it out of the net there. But that's going to fall out of bounds for Central's point again. Number 2, Kelly serves it into the net, and the Dragons pick up their 7th point. It is now 14-7. Macy Reynolds back to serve. Her serve goes over the net. Set up and spiked hard, straight down to the ground by number 11, Kaylee Kimball. Ari Taylor in the back. Set up, spiked down by number 12, Abby Moore. Very good hit there. That's going to send number 5, Brittany Kreitler, back to serve. And her serve will go over the net. That is a big spike again by number 11, Kaylee Kimball. Goes right through our blocker's hands every time. Number 13 for the Rebels, Addison Casey, back to serve. She's going to serve it over. Goes right to Abby Moore for a set. Set by Kreitler. Back row hit by Macy Reynolds. And number 7, Liberty Coleman, was kind of confused there. She didn't know whether to bump it or to set it. And that was a mistake. Costed her team a point. Drew Ketting with a serve over the net. Hits off the tape. And another big spike by the Rebels. Finds a way to get down for another point. 17-9, Central over the Dragons. 2 very good teams going at it for a district title. Number 1, Jessica Holsley serves it over. Maya Watts with a bump. And a big spike by Abby Moore. She's trying to get the team hyped up after that. And down by 7, she will go back and serve. She'll serve it long. Set up to number 4 of the Rebels, and that is blocked by the Dragons. They're going to try blocking again. Ari Taylor gets a hand on it. Maya Watts with a save. Ari Taylor just has to hit it back over the net. And a spike by number 4 of the Rebels. It's going to be hit back over by Ari Taylor, and she finds the back row for a point. A very good rally by both teams. Abby Moore back with another serve. She hits it to the libero. Ari Taylor tries going up and just hitting it to the ground. Brittany Kreitler with a quick set, and I think they called one of the Rebels into the net, so that's going to be Dragons' point. Moore back to serve. Rebels setting it up. A big hit. Abby Moore with a dig, but it's going to go out of bounds for another Central point. It's now 18-12 in this opening set. Maya Watts over to Kreitler, over to Grass. Grass hits it over, but it's going to be returned by Central. Maya again with a dig, but it's going to go under the net for another Central point. And that is the second serve that's went into the net by the Rebels. It's been all Central here in the first set, but don't give up on that St. Gen Dragons offense. They're not going to stop. Liz Bosler back with a serve. Her serve goes into the net. Liz Bosler with a bump, Ari Taylor with a spike. Ari Taylor with a great save. Bumped back over by Maya Watts. And the blockers got a hand on it. And a quick set by the Rebels. Brittany Kreitler, Tessa Grass, Brittany Kreitler again, over to Ari Taylor, and she sets it over, and that's going to fall for a point. She hit it where no one was. (20-14). Ari Taylor back with a serve. Jump serve goes over the net. And a spike by number 7. Everyone says it was 4 hits, but apparently the ref seen that it was blocked, and Drew Ketting hits that one over and finds the floor. Dragons down by 5 here. Ari Taylor going back for another serve. Serve is returned, and the Dragons get a big block on that one. Central keeps it in play, and that's off the hands of Brittany Kreitler and will go out of bounds. St. John now down by 6. Liz Bosler plays that from the back row, set up by Kreitler to Drew Ketting off the blocker's hands, but will stay in play, and Central number 7, Liberty Coleman, hit that straight into the net, and that's going to be another Dragons point. Macy Reynolds back to serve, and she's going to hit that one really short, barely went over the net, no one was there, and it's going to fall for a Dragons point. They just put someone there now, so I don't know if she can do it again, but Macy served that one long. Blocked by the Dragons, and a quick set over by the Rebels. Great save by Macy Reynolds, bumped by Ari Taylor, and just a free ball now for the Rebels. That's all the Dragons could do with that. And a big spike again by number 11, Kimball. (22-17), Central lead the first set, best of 5. Number 7, Liberty Coleman, set up by Ari Taylor to Brittany Kreitler to Drew Ketting, and that is another point for the Dragons. AJ Prudent comes in for Liz Bosler. Brittany Kreitler with a serve. A great save by Brittany Kreitler. Bumped up to Macy, then to Drew, and Central has a free ball. And that spike is going to go off Brittany Kreitler for another Central point. Number 10 for the Rebels, Reagan Bradley subs in for number 8. And we have number 13, Addison Casey, back to serve. That's going to be bumped up by Ari Taylor. And a big spike again by Drew Ketting, but Central returns it. Drew Ketting, just a little hit over the net. Dragons going to have a free ball. Let's see if they can do something with it this time. Set by Brittany Kreitler. And a little hit over by Abby Moore, but it's saved by the Dragons. And the refs are calling 2 hits on the Rebels. That was a crazy point right there. I had no idea what was going on, just listening to the refs. Drew Ketting back to serve. Her serve goes right over the net, a great serve, and Central cannot return it. That will be an ace. I told you, do not sleep on this Dragons offense. They have come back, and it's now 23-20. Another really good serve by Drew Ketting. Just a little set over by Central Rebels. And AJ Prudent hits that one off the net, goes over on Central side, and Macy Reynolds with a good bump. Set up by Kreitler. And Ari Taylor with a hit over, and that's going to find the ground for another point for the Dragons. They are on a great comeback now. 23-21. Central still leads by 2. Drew Ketting back to serve for the 3rd time. Her serve will go over. A bad set by number 7, Liberty Coleman. And that's going to bring our deficit to 1. St. John crowd going crazy now. We have Larry Falk on our opposite side yelling STE. I don't know if you can hear it, but the rest of the crowd going GEN. I'm sure you can hear it because it is loud in here. 23-22. Central on top by 1. I don't care. Drew Ketting back to serve again. Trying to tie this first set. Waiting for the serve, and here it comes. Right over the net. Great serve. A big spike by number 4 off of our blocker's hands. Goes out of bounds. Game point for the Rebels. Dragons need to work hard and get a few more points here. Oop, somebody's going to take a timeout. I guess it was the Dragons. Carla Bosler wants to talk things over with her team, make sure everyone's on the same page. You can hear Central's crowd. They're into it. St. John's student section, though, all sitting down. You don't like to see that. All of these St. John fans, though, are clapping. Number 1, Jessica Holsley for Central. Back to serve. Her serve's going to go over the net. Bumped by Macy Reynolds. Set up by Brittany Kreitler. And a big hit by Ari Taylor off of the blocker's hands. Out of bounds. St. John, again, down by 1. Tessa Grass coming in for Macy Reynolds. With Abby Moore back to serve. And her serve goes over. They're going to call into the net. St. John Dragons point, and we are tied at 24 in this first set. A lot of crazy things are happening right now, ladies and gentlemen. Abby Moore with another serve right over the net. A block by the Dragons, but Central is able to recover. Another block by the Dragons, 2 in a row. See if they can get a third. Oh my gosh, off the blocker's hands this time. Set up, Ari Taylor with a spike. Off Central's blocker's hands. Another big hit. Abby Moore with a save over Brittany Kreitler, and she done it. She has done it. A great rally here. Oh, no. Abby Moore tried to set that one, but it went off of her fingertips. She's not very happy, but that was a great rally by both teams. 25-24, game point for Rebels. Ari Taylor with a bump, set up by Kreitler, and
That's a double hit.
Oh, that is another point for the Dragons. I think that was Tessa Grass on the spike.
It's Big Yellow crazy. Can you hear me? Whoa.
25-25, all tied up. Liz Bosler back to serve. She is going to do not a jump serve, just a regular serve. Number 7 with a big spike off of our blocker's hands. Liz Bosler with a set and a little bump over by Maya Watts. That's going to go a little too far. And again, Central up by 1.
Good game here.
Number 8, Shayla Fishbeck with a serve. Macy Reynolds with a bump. Brittany Kreitler with another bump and set over by Tessa Grass. And this is going back and forth. Tessa Grass with a set, and no one on the Rebels can return it.
This
Drew
thing's
Ketting.
going to go to 30.
Drew Ketting will come in for Maya Watts with Ari Taylor back to serve. Her jump serve goes over the net and is dug up by number 3 of the Rebels. A great spike off of our blocker's hands. It's going to go out of bounds, and like I said, back and forth. Rebels with another point, leading 27-26. Now for St. John. A big spike by Tessa Grass. And wow, what a play by both the Rebels and Macy Reynolds. And a lot happening there. I couldn't keep up. I could not keep up. Somehow the Dragons got that point. Just an intense first set. I can't wait to watch the next. Macy Reynolds with a serve. A short set by the Rebels. Abby Moore going up, and St. John has their first lead of the night, 28-27. St. John is known. We call them the comeback team. Macy Reynolds serves over the net. Number 11 with a big spike and off of our blocker's hands. Out of bounds, Central Rebels point, tied game at 28. Number 11, Kaylee Kimball. She is just lighting it up right now. That serve's going to go over the net, but it's going to hit off the tape. Drew Ketting with a big spike. Ari Taylor tries to get that save, but it's going to fall for a Rebels point. Went off of her hand. Game point now for the Rebels. Ari Taylor, pass to Brittany. Brittany. That was a spike by Drew Ketting, and the Central Rebels are going to take set 1 of this 5-set series, best of 5 series. I mean, I've never seen a set like that.
Me either.
Rebels, I think, won that 30-28, if I recall.
Yep.
I mean, that was just a great opening set. Andrew Glassy, what do the Dragons have to do to come away with a set victory? You don't know. I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. I think he said play good, but I mean, that's the key to winning anything, is just to play good. I wish he had better advice for us.
Well, this thing keeps working and it don't work.
I can hear you just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Promise.
I can't hear it.
Oh, wow.
Defense wins championships.
That is right, Glassy. Defense does win championships. And the Dragons are going to have a outstanding defense with number 11, Kaylee Kimball, because right now her spikes go straight down and is finding the floor every single time.
Shout out to Craig Rose. He's a good guy.
The Dragons should have the opening serve. It's going to be Macy Reynolds.
Well, to win this next set, they're going to have to make more points than the other team.
Yep, that's right. Start of the second set, Macy Reynolds with a serve. A big spike by number 4. Oh, they're going to call it tipped off of the Dragons. No one's going to argue it, so I guess it actually happened. Central is going to get the first point of this second set. And it will be number 13, Addison Casey, with a serve. Over to Ari Taylor, sets it up to Kryler. Kryler over to Drew Ketting, and her spike goes straight down. AJ Prudent subs in for Elizabeth Bosler. Brittany Kreitler, number 5, back to serve now for the Dragons. Her serve goes over the net up and out of bounds. Number 11, Kaylee Kemble. Brittany Kreitler back to serve again, the assist leader at St. John. A great serve over the net. And our blockers did an outstanding job there. Found our blockers and went down on central side of the court. It is now 3-1 Dragons, their biggest lead of the night. Brittany Kreitler with another serve, just barely hits the net but goes over. And Kaylee Kimball with a spike into the net. Brittany Kreitler with another serve. And they're going to call Central, number 13, Addison Casey, under the net. She must have crossed the line down there. St. John leads 5-1. Kreitler back with a serve. And Abby Moore is going to just hit that one down. But Central returns it with a save by Macy Reynolds. Set up and spiked down by AJ Prudent, and it's going to find the back line. Line judge said yes, that hit. And it is now 6-1 St. Genevieve. Brittany Kreitler with another serve. Hit out of bounds by number 4 of the Rebels, Elizabeth Marler. Dragons lead set 2. Kreitler back to serve once again. And Drew Ketting sets that one over the net. Returned by number 11 of the Rebels, and Abby Moore with a block. Oh my Lord, St. Genevieve with another block. Their blockers came to play in the second set. Set up by Brittany Kreitler, spiked by Abby Moore, and it's going to find the Central Rebel blockers that time and fall on St. John's side of the court. And the Rebels have their second point of this set. Macy Reynolds, pass to Kreitler. Kreitler to Prudent, and Prudent had to readjust her body to hit that one over. Central Rebels are going to hit it, and our blockers find it again. Abby Moore to Kreitler, to Ketting, and it is going to be a Dragons point after a hit off the scoreboard. Dragons coming out with more energy this second set. Drew Ketting back to serve now. Her serve is going to be returned and bumped by Macy Reynolds to Kreitler, to Ari Taylor, but they're going to call 2 hits on Kreitler, I think. 2 hits on the set. Maya Watt's going to come in for Drew Ketting. Number 4, Elizabeth Marler for the serve. Kreitler sets up to Ari Taylor. Ari Taylor hits it into the blockers. And the Central Rebels are going to give the Dragons a free ball. A set by Moore. Moore to Kreitler. Kreitler to Taylor. And another free ball for the Dragons. Kreitler to Moore. Moore off of the Central blockers and finds St. John's side of the court. It's now an 8-4 lead for the Dragons. Macy Reynolds to Kreitler, to Moore, and Moore makes sure that one finds the center of the floor after that last one hit off the blockers. Macy Reynolds subs out of the game. Abby Moore with another serve. And that serve is going to hit off the top of the net for another Rebels point. I think that is 2 serves for the Dragons that went into the net. Now Reynolds will come in for more. It's a number 8 serve by the Rebels. Set up to Tessa Grass off one of the blocker's hands and out of bounds for another Dragons point. Dragons up by 5. Liz Bosler comes in for AJ Prudent, and she will be your server. Her serve goes over the net. Spike by number 7 off of St. Genevieve's blockers. That is Brittany Kryler and Tessa Grass. And that ball will go out of bounds for a Central point. Macy Reynolds in the back with a bump. Set up to Tessa Grass. And that is going to go off of one of the Rebels players and go over by the bleachers. All right, Taylor now back to serve for the Dragons. Her jump serve goes over the net, returned by number 8 of the Rebels. And a spike attempt by number 11, that is Kaylee Kimball, but it will find the net for a Dragons point. All right, Taylor back with another serve. Central Rebels set it up, hit it over, and that is a block by number 10, Drew Ketting. And Kaylee Kimball will try to set it right over the net, but it will go out of bounds. She tried to be a little sneaky there, but it did not work that time. Dragons now lead 13-6. Ari Taylor back to serve again. Her jump serve goes over the net. Almost an ace, but it was returned. Set up to Drew Ketting. Drew off of the Central blockers. And a quick set by Brittany Kreitler, and will fall for a Dragons point. Central Rebels will now take their first time out of this second set after being down 14-6. Mrs. Dallas and Larry Falk trying to get these Dragon fans pumped up. If the Dragons win this game, it'll be their 5th district title in a row. And that's what we're hoping, right, Andrew?
That'd be really good.
That'd be really good. A man of few words, Andrew Glassy.
What's up?
Now back to the action. Ari Taylor back to serve for the Dragons. Her serve's going to go. Return, free ball for the Dragons. Set up by Kreitler. To number 2, Tessa Grass, and her spike is good for a Dragons point. Ari Taylor with another serve. Right over the net. Liz Bosler to Kreitler. To Drew Ketting, and they're going to call Drew in the net. I think that was the right call. But it's going to give the Rebels another point. It's now 15-7, Dragons lead. Number 7, Liberty Coleman, serves over, returned by Ari Taylor. Pass to Kreitler, and Kreitler is going to set it up for Tessa Grass. She's going to have to just hit it very short, and the Rebels couldn't get to that ball. Macy Reynolds now is server for the Dragons. Her serve goes over, set up number 4 for the Rebels, and it's going to be a Dragons point because the ball hit off the out-of-bounds stick on the net. I guess that's what you call it. Not sure.
I guess so.
Dragons up by 10 in the second set. Macy Reynolds tries to do a short serve, but Liberty Coleman comes up high and swings down low. Ball finds the court. Rebels point. Number 13, Addison Casey, serve over. Little set by Ari Taylor to Kreitler. to number 10, Drew Ketting, and her spike is going to go off the Rebels' hands for another St. John point. Kreitler with a serve for the Dragons. And looks like a free ball for the Dragons. Kreitler over to Ketting. Ketting. Ooh. I thought I seen it tipped up here, but the line judge didn't. That's a point for the Rebels. Abby Moore with a bump and a spike. That was a great spike. And Dragons now lead 19-9. Drew Ketting is the server. And her serve's going to find the net. Austin Keene wants a shout out. Shout out to him. He's tuning in for the district championship here at Central. Ari Taylor with a bump. And a spike. Or a little tip over by Abby Moore, and it finds the floor. Dragons up by 10 in this second set. Tessa Grass comes in for Macy Reynolds with Abby Moore back to serve. And number 7 of the Rebels, that is Liberty Coleman, tries spiking it, but our blockers are right there. Central Rebels are going to hit that over. That is Liberty Coleman off of our blockers, goes out of bounds. And the deficit is still 10. 21-11 in the second set.
I'd say we got a pretty safe lead right now.
It's never safe. It's comeback season.
Not for them, though.
And our blockers do it again. They are like magnets tonight. Liz Bosler back to serve. Her serve goes off the tape. And Ari Taylor playing that one off the net. Macy Reynolds spike from the back row. Maya Watts with a great dig. Set up to Ari Taylor. She's going to go to the back row, and someone... Oh, and they're going to call... Ooh. That's going to be called 2-hit on Liz Bosler on the set. 22-12. Still a 10-point lead. Liz from the back. Ari Taylor spike, and off the hands of a Rebel, out of bounds. 23-12. St. John 2 points away to take in this second set. Ari Taylor back to serve. A big hit by Liberty. Nope, I'm sorry, by Kaylee Kimball. But it's going to find the out-of-bounds stick again. I hope that's what you call it, and I'm not calling it wrong the entire time. Ari Taylor, game point serve. Central is going to give the Dragons a free ball. Macy to Kreitler. Kreitler to Tessa Grass off of the Rebels blockers and will fall on St. John's side of the court for a point. St. John not too upset about that one, leading the second set 24-13. Liberty Coleman to serve. Kreitler sets to Drew Ketting, and that is set number 2. It's now tied 1-1 in this best of 5. So Glassy, in case you didn't know what that means, it's the next person to win 2 games. Or the next team. We have a sold-out crowd tonight, but during this intermission, there isn't any cheering at all. Classy, we need to get this place going. Oh, Classy's having trouble deleting the score. Click scoreboard down here somewhere, wherever it's at. There, you got it. Now you can delete the score.
Figured it out.
Are you changing the set numbers too?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So I think I am saying it wrong because Jason Boyer just texted me and said the out of bounds stick. So I have no idea what's it called, and I'm sorry about that, people at home. Some of you guys can help me out. Hey, will you look that up for me, please? So I'm not saying it wrong the rest of the night.
10-4.
Once again, man, a few words. St. John takes the court for the third set of this contest. And now the Rebels take the court.
It's called a net antenna.
The net antenna. Interesting. I think I'll stick with out of bounds stick.
That sounds a lot better.
Yeah. Sounds cooler, doesn't it? And no response. Central Rebels gonna have the opening serve of this third set. Ari Taylor with a, oh my, a big spike by Abby Moore. St. John will take the first point. Central Rebels hit one off of Abby Moore, and that goes out of bounds. Addison Casey, number 13, serves one over the net, returned by Abby Moore, and a little tip over by Drew Ketting. And the Rebels do the same thing. Brittany Kreitler, another tip by Abby Moore over the net, and a big spike by number 11. That's going to be Kaylee Kimball. And that one goes off of Brittany Kreitler's hands and will go out of bounds. Central now leads this third set 2-1. Abby Moore with a big spike. It's going to find the Central side of the floor that time. After the first 4 points, we were tied at 2. Kaylee Kimball. Another big hit. She goes up, but the ball goes down. Central leads 3-2. Number 1, Jessica Holsley with a serve. Set up to Ari Taylor, just tipped over the net. Number 4, Elizabeth Marler will hit that one and will go off one of the Dragons' blockers and go out of bounds. Dragons down by 2. Holsley with another serve. Set up by Kreitler. Big hit by Abby Moore, but that is going to be returned by the Central Rebels. And number 4, Marler's hit will go off the Dragons' blockers for another Dragons point. A free ball for the Dragons. Just kidding. Tessa Grass blocked it. But that spike's going to go off of Brittany Kreitler's hands and go way up in the crowd. Number 4, Marler for the Rebels. Serves it over. A hit off the net, but it's going to find the floor from A.J. Prudent. And Elizabeth Bosler will come in for Prudent now and be the Dragon server. Liz is going to serve this one over. Return by the Rebels. A big hit by number 7, Liberty Coleman. Off the hands of Liz, off the hands of Macy, and it's going to fall for a Rebels point. 6-4, Rebels lead. Fishbeck with a serve. And they're going to say, I guess they're going to say Kreitler with a double hit. You don't see that often from her. Macy Reynolds is going to return. The serve set up to Kreitler. I'm sorry, set up to Tessa Grass. And she hits that one over for the Dragons' 5th point of this third set. Maya Watts is going to sub out. For Drew Ketting comes in. Ari Taylor with a serve. Her serve goes over the net. And Macy Reynolds with a pass to Brittany Kreitler. A great save by Brittany Kreitler. Bumped over by Ari Taylor. Returned by the Rebels. And they're going to call Dragons into the net. Not sure who it was. That'll give the Rebels a point, and they now lead 8-5 in this third one. Number 2, Alexandra Kelly serves it over for the Rebels. Tessa Grass hits it over. Returnable, though, by the Rebels, and number 11, Kaylee Kimball, once again threw it to the ground. Liz Bosler with a bump in the back row, set up to Drew Ketting. And a save by Ari Taylor, another save by Tessa Grass. And Drew Ketting tried to have a save there to hit it back over the net, but it fell short for another Rebels point. Kelly back to serve again. Liz to Kreitler. Kreitler to Tessa Grass, and that one is going to go long and out of bounds. St. John will take their first time out of this third set. Folks at home, I'm hoping you guys are enjoying this contest between the Central Rebels and the St. Genevieve Dragons. Let me know in the comments who you think is going to pull away with this. If we have comments, I'm not sure.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah, please do if you're not already a subscriber. I know Mr. Schweiss needs all the help he could get. He appreciates you guys that are tuning in. But so does me and Glassy.
Yes, we do.
St. Genevieve Spirit crowd still sitting down. Don't know why. But as we get back to play here, Brittany Kreitler is going to set up for Tessa Grass, and she slams it down for a Dragons point coming out of the timeout by Coach Carla Bosler. Let's see if the Dragons can't go on a 5-0 run here and tie the game. Central's going to spike one over. Macy Reynolds with a return. Set up to Drew Ketting, and she just has to tip it over. This one's set up for Abby Moore. St. John coach is not liking it. I'm not sure what's going on, but Central is going to hit it over to the Dragons. And spike down will find the line for Drew Ketting. Sneaks one inside. Dragons down 11-7. Macy Reynolds with a short serve, trying to catch them off guard. Number 11 with a little set over the net. And Abby Moore is going to hit that one over. Kimball hit that one over the net. I thought it was tipped by the Dragons, but no one else seen it, and that's good. Another Dragons point. Dragons down by 3. And St. Genevieve blockers come through right there. I wish I was keeping track of how many times they blocked balls tonight. Had to clear my throat. Kimball with a big hit. Set. Spiked by Drew Ketting, but the Rebels returned it. Macy Reynolds with a weird set. This one set up to Abby Moore. And Kimball hits one short. They're going to say Macy Reynolds saved it, and Ari Taylor with a one-handed swing back over the net.
That was the best.
Dragons on a great rally here, but Abby Moore, it looks like she jumped a little too early right there and couldn't get her hand on the ball. That was a great save by Ari Taylor to get that one back over the net. And number 7 of the Rebels, Liberty Coleman, hit that one a little too far and went out of bounds. Brittany Kryler back to serve. Dragons down by 2.
She grabbed the ball. I think that's allowed.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, Glassy. But AJ Prudent by herself with a huge block. Everyone here going, ooh. I heard it. You hear it?
Yep.
Yep. Kryler with another serve. Central Rebels return it, but they're hit by number 4, Elizabeth Marler, goes straight into the net, and Dragons come back and tie this game after being down by a total of 6 in this set. But they now come back and tie it. Brittany Kryler with another serve. A huge block by the Dragons. Abby Moore's hit, though, is going to go out of bounds, and Central will take a 1-point lead here.
Oh, no.
I don't know what happened there. Did you see it?
They just had a little mess up.
Oh.
They'll clean it up.
Yeah, they'll clean it up for sure. I ain't worried.
Nope.
Look, was it a miscommunication or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, I think that one was too.
Yeah.
Everyone but Prudent said it was going out, and she tried to save it. But it's going to go off her hands and fall for another Rebels point. St. Gen now down by 3. I called it once this set. Let's see if I can call it again. Dragons need a 3-0 run here to tie it. Ari Taylor sets it up for Kryler. Kryler to Moore, and wow, I don't know how Rebels got that one back over, but they did.
That was
another big spike by Abby Moore. And that one's going to actually find the line. After her first one went off a couple Rebels players and came back on our side, she said, not this time. Drew Ketting back with a serve. Set up for the Rebels. And it's going to find the back of the court there. Rebels lead 16-13. Macy Reynolds to Kryler to Ari Taylor is going to go off the blockers, roll across the net a little bit, and Macy's just going to have to hit it back over. And that is the Dragons' point after a 2-hit by one of the players on the Rebels.
Where'd Quentin go?
It's not what we're worried about right now.
Nope.
Abby Moore, though, back to serve. She's going to take her time. And there's our serve over the net. And a great block again by the Dragons. Kreitler across side to Taylor. She hits one over. And that again is off the blocker's hands of the Dragons and goes out of bounds for another Central point. Come on, Dragons, side out, side out. Don't know what that means, just saying it. I know it's a volleyball term, though. Tessa Grass with a big hit. Central returned it, though. And a free ball for the Dragons. Macy Reynolds to Kreitler. Kreitler to Tessa Grass. And another big block by the Dragons. That's A.J. Prudent and Tessa Grass. We've seen a lot of that tonight, right, Glassy?
Yep.
Man, a few words. The ball is finding our blockers and then finding the Rebel side of the court. Liz Bosler with a pretty good serve. Another block by the Dragons. That one off the blocker's hands to Maya Watts. Maya to Kreitler. Kreitler to Tessa Grass, and she just tips one over. And the blockers do it again. That one again off the blocker's hands to Ari. Ari to Brittany Kreitler, and she will just set one over. Liz Bosler with an outstanding save that goes over the net. Kreitler sets one up to Taylor, and she just tips it over the net, and it's going to find the court, Central side of the court. Dragons now down by one. Liz Bosler serves over. Central returns one. Kreitler to Taylor. Taylor, big spike off one of the blockers, but Central will just set that over. A pancake by Maya Watts. And Macy Reynolds tries to set that one over. A little quick set, but it's going to fall a little bit short. 18-16, Central leads. Central's going to serve one over. Liz Bosler lays out for it. And Tessa Grass hits it back over. That's going to be number 7, Liberty Coleman, with a big spike, and is going to fall right in the center.
So loud.
Liz Bosler returns that serve to Kreitler. Kreitler to Taylor. Taylor hits one over and goes through the crowd. Central Rebels hit that one backwards. They were going the wrong way with it. Dragons with the serve. That'll be Ari Taylor. Down by 2. And they're going to tip that one over. That'll be the Rebels. They tip that one over. And now lead by 3. Number 2, Alexandra Kelly. Serve over to the Dragons. Kreitler sets one up to Grass. And she just tries to tip one over, but number 11, Kaylee Kimball, was there to just hit it back on that side. And now Carla Bowser will take a timeout here in the third set. Dragons down by 4. I need a drink. My throat's bad. Text your wife or call them. Is that what he said? Quentin.
No, we're mad at you.
Out of the first timeout that the Dragons called here in this third set, they came back and got a couple points. So Carla Bosler called another one, hoping that's what her team can do here. See if they can't get a couple more points. Brittany Kreitler sets one up. And the Dragons just keep trying to tip one over instead of hitting it. And number 11, Kaylee Kimball's there just to throw it back down in our face. Kreitler, Tessa Grass, another little tip. The crowd yelling, hit the ball. And that one's going to fall right in the middle of the court again. Central now leads 23-17. A lot of these St. Genevieve fans telling the Dragons to hit the ball instead of just tapping one over. And this time Drew Ketting does, and it works out. Goes off one of the Rebel players. Point for the Dragons. Macy Reynolds now back to serve. Kaylee Kimball with a big hit, but our blockers, number 12 and number 5, that is Brittany Kreitler and Abby Moore. They are there, and that's going to be a St. Genevieve point. Macy Reynolds with another serve. Set by Kreitler. And they're going to call Abby Moore with a double hit. I don't think she agrees. Central Rebel Spirit crowd yelling, "You can't do that." Game point now for the Rebels as Taylor hits one to Kreitler. Kreitler to Ketting. And the Rebels are going to hit one over. Brittany Kreitler just has to set one over. Kreitler to Moore. That one's going to go over the net. Barely, though. And Moore is there to block it again, but Central can they can return that one. Ari Taylor from the back row hitting one over. And that was another big hit by Kaylee Kimball. And the Rebels will take set number 3. They now lead the series 2-1. Glassy, go ahead and tell me your thoughts. Or not, Glassy. That's awesome. See if I can't get a hold of Mr. Schweiss. Hey, can you turn my mic off for a second? St. Gen takes the court here in a must-win set number 4. They are down 2-1. And Macy Reynolds will come in for Tessa Grass before we start things here. Macy Reynolds with a serve to start things off. Kreitler to Taylor. Taylor with a hit over and bounce off number 11 of the Rebels and find the floor. St. John takes an early lead, 1-0. Throat dry?
Yeah.
Mine too. Macy Reynolds with another serve for the Dragons. Hit the net, barely goes over, and a free ball for the Dragons. Let's see if they can use it. Kreitler set up to Moore. Moore straight down, and that will do it.
Good way to start it off.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yep.
Go ahead, say something. You want to say something?
I just did.
You just did. It's a good way to start it off.
It is.
Talking country. Macy
Country
Reynolds.
boy.
Oh, Macy Reynolds serve that time will go into the net. She's angry about it, but her coach, Carla Bowser, just says, keep your head up. That's all right. 2-1. Number 13, Addison Casey, serves over the net. And a hit over by Drew Ketting. Central is going to return it. Liz Bosler to Kreitler. Kreitler over to Ketting again. And again, Central is going to return it. But their hit's going to go out of bounds, and it is now 3-1. Dragons lead. Brittany Kreitler with a serve that time. Casey Kimball just tips one over the net. See if the Dragons can return it, but they aren't going to be able to. Central gained another one there. Number 1, Jessica Halsley serves one over, and Drew Ketting's hit is going to go too far out of bounds. We're all squared at 3. Kreitler. And a long set by Abby Moore, and that's going to find the back of the court. Dragons again lead by 1. Drew Ketting serve goes deep. Returned by the Rebels, though. And a big block by the Dragons. But Central somehow finds a way to return it and get a point to tie things up again. Number 4, Elizabeth Marler, will be the Rebels server this time. But before they do that, the refs are going to say you need to wipe up the court a little bit. It's a little too slippery down there. Hopefully they get that cleaned up so no one hurts themselves. Now we're back to action with Marler's serve. Set up by Kreitler. Kreitler over to Taylor with a big hit. And that's going to find the back of the court for a 5-4 Dragons lead. Abby Moore now. Server. Huge hit there by Liberty Coleman. Going to go off of our blocker's hands, right through it actually. And it's going to fall for a point. Macy Reynolds now comes in for Abby Moore. As number 8, Fishbeck with a serve. Ari to Kreitler. Kreitler to Tessa, and her hit. Big hit. Dragons point. Dragons are going to get a lot of points like that if they keep hitting the ball hard instead of just trying to tip it over. Liz Bosler, though, with a serve. And Maya Watts is right there to return that. Ari Taylor hits one, hits off the net. Central's going to return it. Liz Bosler there to Kreitler. Kreitler over to Taylor. And Taylor hits one off the blocker's hands and finds the ground. Dragons lead by 2 here in this 4th set. Liz Bosler back to serve. Her serve is short. Her serve is into the net. Number 2 of the Rebels serves it over. Kreitler to Grass. Grass just has to set that over. And Kaylee Kimball there again. Hits one hard off of one of the players over the Dragons and goes out of bounds. That's going to be a very short serve though. Liz gets it, and Tessa Grass just has to hit it over. Set up for Kreitler, set one up again for Tessa, but the Rebels return it. Oh wow! Liz Bosler had to just bump one back over, and a little miscommunication there by the Rebels. That gives the Dragons a 8-7 lead. Ari Taylor back with a serve. Another 2 hit by the Dragons. I think that came off the set of Brittany Kreitler. Ari Taylor returns the serve. Brittany Kreitler to Tessa. And that again was Kaylee Kimball with a big hit that sent the ball right down to the ground. Now the Central Rebels leading 9-8. Liz Bosler to Kreitler. Kreitler to Drew Ketting, and her spike, is going to find the ground. After hitting off one of the Rebels players, no one could get to it. We are all squared away at 9s here in the 4th set. Off the blockers. Kreitler sets one up to Ketting. Ketting just bumps that one over. And that is hit where nobody is. Right in between Macy Reynolds and Liz Bosler. And no one can get to it. All right, Taylor with a bump to Kreitler. Kreitler set up to Ketting, and her spike will go off the Central blockers and fall for a point. 10-10. Brittany Kreitler with a serve over the net. Macy Reynolds. Brittany Kreitler with a quick set to the back of the court. And A.J. Prudent is just going to have to slap that one over. But she finds a way to make that ball fall, evidently.
Yep.
And now we have Brittany Kreitler to serve again. Kaylee Kimball, though, goes up, sends the ball down, and the Dragons can't return it.
All tied up here.
All tied up, you're right. What's the score, Glassy?
11-11.
Thank you. Number 1 for the Rebels serves it over. Dragons give the Rebels a free ball here. See what they do with it. Oh, wow. A.J. Prudent again by herself with a huge block to give the Dragons a 12-11 lead.
Correct.
Drew Ketting with a serve over the net. That's going to, oh, wow.
That ain't right.
A lot of people here saying ooh, ah, because they think it hit the line, but the line judge said, no way, that's out of bounds.
She can't even see that post is in her way.
And another 2 hit by the Dragons to give the Rebels a 13-12 lead. Hopefully that point doesn't come back to bite them. Ari Taylor with a spike over. Central's going to return it, and straight down by number 7, Liberty Coleman. Central leads by 2. Central's crowd going wild. St. John, very calm.
Oh, boy.
Ari Taylor lays out to hit that one back over the net. And Brittany Kreitler just does the same thing there. Maya Watts with a great dig. That's going to be 4 hits on the Dragons. Timeout taken by Carla Bosler and the Dragons. Just a crazy set here. Crazy set. Central leads by 3. St. John needs their crowd to be behind them here. They're not, though, here in this 4th set. St. John's crowd is very silent until timeouts or something. They need to be loud the entire time. Very loud in this dungeon. Carla Bosler hoping this timeout will get the Dragons back where they need to be. Down 3. Number 4, Elizabeth Marler for the Central Rebels, back to serve. Maya Watts to Kreitler. Kreitler to Moore. Moore hits that one, but as returnable by the Rebels. Macy to Kreitler. Kreitler again to Moore. Tips one over. Macy to Kreitler again. To Taylor. Off the hands of the Rebels and will fall down for a Dragons point. And they are now within 2. Abby Moore back to serve. See if they can't get a couple more here. Should be a free one for the Dragons. AJ Prudent. Very good spot with that spike. Dragons now within 1. See if the Dragons can't come back and at least tie it here with another serve by Abby Moore. And a big block again, AJ Prudent by herself. Set over, a free ball by the Dragons. Set up for Ari Taylor. Off the blockers. Central will return it over. 2 great saves by the Dragons. AJ Prudent spike, though, goes into the net. Oh, wow. Crazy. Central leads 16-14. See if Dragons can't pull a comeback here. Ari Taylor. Pass to Kreitler. Kreitler to Tessa Grass. Central returns it. And Brittany Kreitler tried to do a pancake, but it hit off of like her forearm. It's going to fall for another Rebels point, and they are up by 3. Ari Taylor to Kreitler. Kreitler to Tessa. And the Rebels are going to be able to return this off of the St. Genevieve blockers and falls for a point for the Central Rebels. 4-point lead for the Rebels. Macy Reynolds to Kreitler. Kreitler to Prudent.
Right.
And should be a free one here for the Dragons. See if they can use it. Ari Taylor with a great spike off of the blocker's hands. And now within 3. As Liz Bosler comes in for AJ Prudent. Liz will serve. Liz serve goes over the net. St. John's blockers right there, though, to get that spike. That one's just tipped over, but Macy Reynolds lays out and sends it back over the net. Maya Watts does the same thing. This time, set up to Ari Taylor.
How's that?
Oh, and her spike goes out of bounds. She was trying to find the, trying to paint the lines. It's now 19-15, 4-point lead for the Rebels. And the Rebels keep that alive somehow, but it's going to be a free one for St. John. See if they can use it, and they do. And they do. Tessa Grass right there to send that one down. Dragons now within 3. R.A. Taylor back to serve. Drew Ketting comes in for Maya Watts. R.A. Taylor's serve goes over the net. Kaylee Kimball goes up, hits it down. She has been unstoppable tonight. Dragons down by 4 in the 4th set. Liz Bosler hits it to Tessa. Tessa to Macy, and Macy's just going to have to bump that over for a free one for Central. Drew Ketting tried spiking one over. And the Dragons weren't ready for a quick set there by Kaylee Kimball. And that one's going to make Coach Carla Bosler call another timeout. 21-16 in the 4th set. Could be the last set if the Rebels win.
We don't want that to happen, right?
No, we do not. Larry Foff and Mrs. Dallas trying to get this St. Genevieve crowd going. But it doesn't look like anything is working right now.
They just need to get their heads back to the game, come back and win this thing.
I mean, the Spirit crowd has just been sitting down the entire time.
Yep. It's disappointing.
Number 7, Liberty Coleman with a serve. R.A. Taylor to Kreitler. Kreitler to Tessa Grass, and her spike goes down off of one of the Rebel players and out of bounds for another St. Genevieve point.
We need some more of those.
Oh, okay. You heard it here first. We need more of them. Macy Reynolds back to serve. Central, though, comes back to get another one. 22-17. Addison Casey back to serve. Her serve goes over, dug out by Liz Bosler. Liz to Kreitler, Kreitler to Moore, and her hit is going to go over. Taylor to Kreitler, Kreitler to Ketting. Kreitler back to Moore, and just a 2-hit. Another double hit by the Dragons. That is killing them tonight. There has been a lot of those called. Dragons down 23-17. They need a miracle. Liz to Kreitler. Kreitler to Ketting. Oh, wow. That was almost very good or very bad. Kreitler to Ketting again, and that's off the blocker's hands. That'll give the Dragons 18. Still down by 5, though, in this 4th set, with Brittany Kreitler back to serve. Kreitler over the net on her serve. Kaylee Kimball goes up and will fall right in front of our blockers. 24-18. Central Rebels leading in the 4th set. Macy Reynolds to Kreitler. Kreitler to Moore. Moore, big hit, and it's going to find the floor, and the scoreboard just shut off. Oh, now it's back on. There it is. Drew Ketting will be the server for the Dragons. Needing 6. That one's going to go in. 5 more of those would be nice right now. 5 of those.
6 more than that. Wait.
Well, let's work on getting at least 4,
Yeah.
and then we'll go from there.
Yep.
Let's see if Drew Ketting can't find another hole here. Her serve. And that's another Dragons point after a 2-hit, 24-21. Dragons trying everything they can here to come back. Drew Ketting, another serve. A short serve.
Block. Nope.
Tipped by the blockers. And Drew Ketting is going to hit that one over right off the net. And that is game. Macy Reynolds won't be able to get to that. And the Central Rebels are district champions. A great season by both teams. St. Genevieve Dragons finished their season with a 20-6 record and get second place in the district tournament.
Good.
Classy.
Hard-fought battle by the Dragons.
Don't forget, St. Genevieve home football game Friday against Dexter. That'll be the next broadcast. Make sure you tune in if you can't show up. And that's going to be it for tonight.